Tuaregs from Timbuktu, Mali. He should be ashamed of himself. He doesn't know the history of his father, the history of his ancestors. If he actually knows that, I think he is supposed to go and hang himself because he's a homeless man. His fathers are homeless. His forefathers are wanderers, roaming from Futajello Highland to Mali, from Mali to Zamfara, to northeast, Boronu Forest, everywhere, grazing the land without payments. Very useless, shameless boy. Persona non grata, bad egg like him. He's saying so in his own simplicity because he doesn't know. All the Nigeria in the past education ministers are from Fulani extraction. That's why they banned history from inclusion in our educational curriculum. He is not ashamed of himself. Don't mind him. He is worth nothing. See, it is not a mere noise. El-Rufai's son, El-Rufai, you are cooling it down there. What you actually understood to have been a mere noise making has become a world attraction, global concern and sympathy, emancipation of Biafra and actualization of the Prince of Africa. We are here. And you, Iflane, God will punish you back to where you are coming from. God is not going to punish you and you remain here. God will punish you back to where you emanated from. Senegambia, Timbuktu, southern Algeria, Mali, southern Morocco, southern Chad. That's where you actually emanated from, and God is going to punish you back there. You bandits, thieves, onyochi, intruders. You have the God to say that Biafra agitation is a mere noise. A mere noise making. Okay, mere noise making. Your father is right now jailed. Your father is in jail because your father tapped with hotline of Nigeria, security advisory. Look at that kind of that. Nigerian security advisory. National security advisory. Agency. El-Rufai tapped their hotline, their secret line. Imagine. Unperturbed, with impunity. He's just lying down there. One day you hear that one Ibrahim, useless man, don't release them. One Chief Justice, because they are everywhere. Could be he's an Igbo man, they would have tried him and condemned him to death. These are the kind of people we have in Nigeria here. You think that Igbo man will stay with you? Lawless people that are lawlessly idiotic. They don't know what it takes to violate what God says you should not violate. Claiming that they are the only ones serving God, shouting Allah about their own slogan and trying to deceive us into believing that worshiping God, thereby slitting people's throats, wasting blood of innocent Christians. Nonsense son of El-Rufai, having that kind prerogative and audacity to talk to Igbo man. He's nobody but a dustbin. His father will rot in jail. I don't care. El-Rufai's son is not worth listening to or discussing here. Come on, let's sweep or digress into another more important, topic. El-Rufai's son doesn't want, challenging emancipation of Biafra. I'm telling you, El-Rufai son does not want it, let alone his father. Let's discuss another important issue.
Well said, Mr. Raf, as usual, you
concerning
touched on that currently. Now, the Biafra youth have said no to Nigerian military, that Nigerian military should fight their own bandits while they will defend Igbo land.
That is what they
chaos
said.
Currently.
Yes, I read
Mr.
it.
Mr. Raf, what is happening currently? What would you have to say concerning
Nigeria has begun to, wake from their sleeps. When they were discussing this issue of Biafra, sovereignty and the declaration in 2024 in Lati, far away Finland, Tinubu was laughing, Bayo Nanuga, all of them at the office of the presidency, Omoibo, Loribruku, they are visionless, they don't know, they are slaves, no, Omoibo, they don't know what they are saying, Biafra, They were laughing then. Now it has become a global issue. Biafra is discussed all over Israel, discussed all over USA, all over Europe, Western Europe and Eastern Europe. Everywhere in the Asia continent, Biafra is a major subject matter. That's why they begin to understand that what Mazin Kanu predicted in the past has begun to, emancipate, resonating on daily basis. Kanu said it. That's why they are trying to collude Yoruba youth, Igbo youth, Nigerian military, Nigerian police, Igbo youth together to fight bandits. We said no. We are not going to collude together with them. We are not together with them. We are going to fight it on our own. We should be doing it our own way. We cannot do it with them. I'm a Nigerian soldier. You killed, you shot innocent youths claiming that IPOB. Don't you know the meaning of IPOB? Don't you go to school? Are you just got enrolled into that institution without formal education? That's why you are wasting lives of youth at Uli, Ihiala, Osmogu, everywhere, Aguleri, Okuzo, all over Anambra State, all over Abia State, all over Imo State, all over Enugu State, and they're killing Igbo youths. Now you are inviting them to help you fight bandits. No. We said no. We said no. Nigerian military army should go there and tidy it up with bandits who are still remaining in the Nigerian army as repentant Boko Haram and bandits. Some of them were given amnesty. Some of them were allowed, reintegrated into the society again, and the various communities and villages in the north. So they should go there and employ them. They should enter the bush, northeast Sambisa Forest, Sokoto West Forest, and begin to look for the radical bandits that refuses what? The radicalization. Yeah. They should do it by themselves. They should not be inviting Igbos. We said no. They should go their own various ways. We don't want them. Igbo man doesn't want them anymore. They should go. Everybody should sort his own region. The same regionalism that our forefathers fought for, and they went to Aburi, they cancel it, is what everybody should get ready to. Right now, employ, allow. That is the only solution. Aguirre fought hard for regionalism. Everybody should mind his own region, work hard and develop it. That is it. Final. Or else, in no distant time, Federal Republic of Biafra, that's the United States of Biafra, will surely erupt on alarming speed.
Well, sir, Mr. Ralph, as usual, you've done super analysis to it. An attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the North. A very popular elite has come out to make that statement.
Yes.
Now, a Biafran agitator has said, amidst all the killing and unaliving that is currently happening,
yes,
all you could say is an attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the North.
You see it?
Mr. Ralph, see that. What is your take on this?
Attack of Boko Haram is attack on the North. Let us not hide our feelings and truth. Sometimes we should come out with the truth, honesty, on a plethora of transparency, accountability, and what? Lucidness. Yes, neatness. I don't know what I understand. Who said it? Northern Ellis. Number one person should be Muhammad Buhari. He cried. He was crying when he went to Ibadan. He was weeping to the former late governor, may his soul rest in peace, Ajumobi of Oyo State. See, let me tell you, he, after shouting all this, ruled Nigeria, become Nigeria president, used the same bandit and Boko Haram, chased away Jonathan administration, and began the worst, deadliest, ugliest administration Nigerian political history has ever witnessed. That's Muhammad Buhari administration from 2015 to 2023. A man that successfully ruled Nigeria from the land of the spirit for 6 years. We are so stupid in this part of the world. He only ruled 2 years and died. Then his spirit began, ruled us successfully for 6 years. Yes. One Sudan and one Niger. Abubakar from Sudan. Jibril from Sudan, sorry. Abubakar from Niger. That is it. Because Nigerians are so stupid, obeying and bowing down to Fulani, Janjaweeds, people that migrated from Timbuktu, Mali. Nigerians are too stupid, especially our politicians. They will see what they have done themselves in the in many years' time, in no distant time, but many years to come, many authors, good writers, will put it on writing. What Nigerian political greediness and psychophancy caused this part of the world. The worst illiterate president Nigeria has ever had was Muhammad Buhari. He successfully steered the affairs of this country, ruled this country into swamp, draggled well. Nonsense, and nobody said anything. Upon all these rubbish statements they made in the north, they are now crying. They are killing them. The same bandit and Boko Haram that they refuse the Hejuruka to do his job. They are killing our children, children of the north, idiots. The Igbo youths, pregnant women, able-bodied women, you pied, unalived, disalived. The minds from 1966 to 1977 to 1970, we are not children of the southeastern region. You only claim your own because you are too stupid and selfish. You northern elders, idiots, since they have been predating our nature on our public fund from 1960 till date. The North has never satisfied. They are never satisfied. Nochi, bandits and brigands, predating on our money, stealing our natural resources. Yes, controlling the highest number of oil wells at Ekat.